Okay, so I'm doing a reconciliation, working for a couple, and basically we want to bring them back together again with a little bit of healing and, um, restart the relationship, make it a better relationship. So I'm doing a honey jar, but I'm using a mixture of honey and red syrup. I mix this up in a bottle, and I really like it. I like using it because to me, it's a little bit more potent than just the average honey jar because there are bits and pieces added to it. And I also like the fact it's red and pink. So I've got the photographs. I'm putting them, excuse me, face to face. So if you can get yourself an attraction oil, that would be a good place to start. I should say before I begin, I called the Santa Muerte, explained the situation, and I've asked her to help. A little bit of road opener oil, that'll help clear any blockages. So I'm just putting that on the photographs. So I'm putting some Come To Me oil on her photograph. And a little bit of healing oil. On both pictures. And this is Stay With Me oil. So when they do get back together, when this couple do get back together again, they will both, hopefully it will stick, do you know what I mean? That was what that oil is designed for. Now, in between the photographs, I'm putting a little bit of road opener powder. And I am binding the pictures towards me. Like so. And I'm just going to pop a little bit of pink yarn around them to keep them together. I bind you in love, security, passion, friendship, and your relationship will be better than it ever was before. There will be no issues. You're spiritually, emotionally, and physically at one with each other. You only have eyes for each other. The relationship is better than it has ever been. And so it is done. Okay. So I'm just going to put 3 little knots in that. And I have the petition prepared already. Actually, I'm going to bind that piece of cinnamon to the photographs. Cinnamon being really, really good for love work and also lust work. It gives it a bit of a spark, It's good for kick-starting things. So, okay, so I'm just going to pop that into my jar and that into my jar, and I'm going to put my 1 second, my mix of red syrup, honey and oils. So I'm just pouring a good bit in there because it's sweet and that's what we want. It is mega sweet. So the sweeter the better. I'll leave a bit at the top because I do like to put some roses in. Whoops. Okay. Just clean that up a second. Okay, so I'm going to put some motherwort in here. Use whatever you have at hand. And some catnip is really good for attraction. And I have some powdered down roses and some hibiscus, and you know, it's good for lust, to ignite the spark. And and rose is obviously very good for love. And a little bit of inspirational powder. This is a powder that gets a person to think of the other person, if that makes sense. It's like it's not an obsession powder, but it's more discreet than that, if you know what I mean. I'll put a little bit more road opener because we really want all the blockages out, you know. And let's see, I have a little bit of chili, not chili, Jesus, not chili. A little bit of cinnamon and ginger I want to add in here. But it's blocked. There it is. Okay. One moment. Okay, and I just have a little bit of tiny little bit of confetti. Confetti it's good for commitment workings in general, you know, not just marriage, commitment workings in general. So that's why I put that in there. So, and I'm going to leave it at that and pop the lid on it and get a candle prepared, and I'm going to start working it. So basically that's just the jar prepared, but I am going to work the jar. I like to blow into it to bring life into it, and then, whoops, I'm over here with the yarn again. Just shake the ones. I don't shake these jars up. Some people may do that. I don't do that because to me it's upsetting the inside of the jar, if you know what I mean. I do that for the breakup jars and sour jars, things like that. So I'm just going to pop a pink candle on top of that, and I'll set this on the Santa Muerte's altar for a while, and then I'm just going to speak to you a second before I finish. So watch these freestanding candles, they're so dangerous. I'm just going to pop that over there a moment. This is a really big seal. Look at the size of that. I was printing it off the internet because I do that a lot. I don't always freestyle these. I always get the impression if the spirit wants me to freestyle it or not, or if it's okay. And I do go over it in pen and, you know, make my intention known at that point. But this is the seal of Marbas, and Marbas is a spirit from the Lesser Keith Solomon, the Ars Goetia. And I'm calling a Marbas for the client. Now I'm going to read Marbas's stuff about Marbas's office, etc. So Marbas is a president. Color is orange. Incense is storax. The metal is mercury. The planet is Mercury. Element is air. N is Rennick, Tassa, Uberaka, Biasa, Ikar, Marbas. Excuse my pronunciation of these ends, but they always hear, they always know. So, and the seal is that sigil is the key. That's the phone number to the spirit. Okay. So the original purpose: uncovering secrets, causing and healing illnesses and mechanical arts. And the author, which is S. Conley. This is the Monetary Goetia by S. Conley, in case anyone's asking. The author's notes: healing and cursing. Obviously, she puts in brackets. Invoke when studying mechanics of any kind, including mechanics of the human body, i.e. medicine, to retain and learn more. Invoke Marbas to cause you to see the truth in any situation. Now, I'm calling on Marbas for healing. I've already called on Marbas and asked Marbas to help for the reason healing of the relationship, to bring them together and to get this other person, this other girl, this other female over the hump in the road. Whatever it is she's going through, we need healing, and to draw her back. And Marbas, healing of any sort, emotional healing, physical healing of the body, you know what I mean? So The Gracia, I mean, I've said before, the Gracia is a book of 72 spirits, and the 72 spirits, they all have an office, and uh, the offices are human needs, in my opinion. Do you know what I mean? You know, you could have learning, healing, the legal system, you know, justice, uh, revenge, love, issues of the heart, lust, you know, any issues to do with sexual, you know, problems. So that is what the Goetia is, and a lot of people, they call them demons. I don't like that word because, in my opinion, they're not demons. They're spirits, and they're actually gods, to be honest with you. And I've said many times before that the word demon comes from the Greek word daemon, which in translates down to wise ones. So they really are wise ones, you know. I just wish people would see that more. Their life would be so much better if they opened up their eyes and called, you know, on these uh, demons for help in life, because that's all they're here for. You know, that's all they want to help us. You know, and it's just a lot of scaremongering, especially with Santissima Morte. Also, Santa Morte is very good. Again, she doesn't uh, judge you on anything at all, no matter what you ask her. Uh, you know, she's just non-discriminative. Is that the correct word? She doesn't discriminate, because at the end of the day, she's a personification of death, and death comes for all of us. And she basically doesn't discriminate, and she will consider anything. So again, her lessons are about life rather than death. So there's nothing to fear at all. So with that being said, I will put the jar probably on this actual seal for a while. I will just sit it down like so and burn it for a few days. Then I'll put it over on the Santa Muerte altar, and it will stay there for a while, picking up her essence. And then what I'll do is the jar will be deployed at the foot of a tree. So, and I'll work this jar probably the best part of 2 weeks, maybe more. I don't know at this point. I'll do a video very soon about uh, when you work with me, how long it takes for the video to come out, etc. I have a new system in place, and I would like, you know, future clients to know how this whole thing works, and I'll be doing a video on that. And if someone comes to me and purchases work, I'll refer you to the video, so there's no misunderstandings, okay? But anyway, what was I going to say? Yes, I needed to do a reading for this client, so I'm back. Back. Just look at the situation, and let's see if we can extract any information out. Whoops, 1 second. Okay, I dropped a few cards, and I'll read those cards because they fell out for a reason. First of all, I'll address this first line. So I see a card of love in the middle here, the heart. That's all good. And I think the solution to what's happening at the moment is here. I think we're very close to things turning around. Little age gap. I don't have your details actually at hand at the moment. I think there's a little age gap, but I don't think it's a big a deal. But over here I have a commitment card, so that's a good thing, and I think that the two of you will become more stable and more committed down the line. I think, like I said, this is a little bit of a bump in the road, but yeah, I think she's going through something to do with her emotions at the minute, or there's a problem. Maybe not emotions, that's not the right word, but I think she's going through. There's an issue. There's something going on, and the three cards that fell out again are telling me that is the reason why things are the way they are. That scythe being a swift, sharp cut in contact, and the Tower being about everything that's going on, the turmoil in her life. But I do think that things will turn around. Let me just check a few other decks, and I can see if we can cross-reference some cards. I like to do this because then I know I'm on the right track. Just 1 second, I'll give them a quick shuffle. It's been shuffled, but I'll just give them another little whiz around. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1, 2, 3. I want one out. 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1, 2. There's a lot falling out tonight. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Okay, I'll leave it there, and I'll put them into some sort of order so they make sense. I might draw one more just for a little bit of clarity. 1, 2, 3. I always draw cards on 5. It's something I've always done. Okay. Okay. First card out is anxiety. That's the situation at hand. I think you're suffering from it, and I think she's suffering from it. So it's just telling us, what we already know. Now, I think the problem may have something to do with her work. I've got contract, so I don't know if this makes sense, but I have a feeling that could be what the problem is. Something to do with maybe a job, or something to do with finances. It could be stressing her out a little bit. And that is the reason for the indecision. And then I've got the Goddess of the Moon. That is a nice card. It's all about moon energy, and I think you're very close to the occult. You're very close to looking for answers via spiritual means. This card backs that up as well. Magician and the Mirror. That's all about seeking answers through the occult, the hidden arts kind of thing. And then I've got Journey, and I think that's just the time that you're spending apart. The Journey card is basically a spiritual journey, and I think it's the time apart is needed, and I think it will help you when you both get back on an even keel. I think that time apart is to strengthen your bond. Sometimes time apart is a good thing. So, and then we've got the Angel of Love. And then I've got Appreciation. So I think you're going to start to feel a lot more valued by her once she gets over all this. And then we've got Healer of the Ages. And that is nice to see, because I do think this situation needs some healing. And then I have caring connection, so that's connecting again, you know, the two of you connecting again, and the world. So that's basically a card of, you know, anything being possible, the world is at your feet, kind of thing. So I really hope this has helped. I'm going to start, what was I going to say? I really hope, yes, I really hope this has helped, and I'm going to get this file uploaded. I'm going to start uploading this now and send it over to you as soon as I can. So I really, really hope everything works out for the best. Do keep in touch with me. Let me know. I always like to hear results. But yeah, I think things are getting to her. There's just something there, and I think it maybe indeed work related. But I think things will work themselves out. You know, I really do. Obviously, I can't put a timeline on it, but I think in the fullness of time, I think things will start to come together again. And I really do wish you all the best. And for everyone else, it's houseofmagick@gmail.com. Please like, share, subscribe if you want. And I'll speak to you all very, very soon. Have a good evening.